from the vault, high atop the pastoral center of the Diocese of Camden, you're listening to Talking Catholic.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Talking Catholic. It's Kari Janisse here, and I'm on location with my good friend Mike Walsh.
We are now. This is a proper summertime Talking Catholic. We had the ice cream shop before. Mm-hmm. That was nice.
Also proper for summer.
True. This time, however, it's 100% a classic Talking Catholic on the road. We are in a restaurant. Mm-hmm. We are down on the shore. We're in Wildwood right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm very excited about that. So thank you for getting me out of the office. I literally left the office to come down.
I wish you could stay and relax. You got to get your classic picture. Oh, yeah. At least with your work shoes on the sand.
I already have it
Business
planned out.
Shoes on the sand, but
the Oxfords on the sand.
I have my sandals on. I'm on vacation, but I'm working still, I guess you could say, as well.
I appreciate your dedication to the podcast.
Always.
For even doing this on your vacation time.
Of course.
But this is another great location. Very excited about where we are. But that's actually not the biggest news we can talk about. The biggest news we can talk about
let's
is
chat about
we've
this.
had multiple podcasts over the years about the Diocesan Co-ed Softball League. And
correct.
for the first time, I can talk to you about as being a champion.
That's right. Well, no.
Well,
not for the third time, actually.
For the first time on the podcast.
First time
I can
on the
talk
podcast,
to you about
yes.
being a
we took
champion.
to the 2024 championship coach and team player. Yep.
I am very proud.
It was a
of
great game. Oh, it was awesome. I was sad you weren't there. I mean, you had prior engagements.
Listen, family engagements. The only thing that would trump that. I was actually hoping for a rain out. So that it would get pushed back a day so we could come and take photos.
I know.
Because I really did miss them. I actually saw the photos that came out later, and I was like, oh, he did a nice job. I could have done better.
Literally my same thoughts, because I was like, oh.
Yeah. They're very nice photos. That's actually the first time we sent that photographer on a sporting thing. And sports photography and regular photography are two completely different animals. I tell people all the time, I'm not a photographer. I'm a photojournalist.
There it is.
That's why I don't do modeling photos.
Yep.
If you say I need a headshot done, good luck. I take action shots.
Us. Totally different.
But it looked like it was a great. Who did you guys?
So we defeated St. Rose 8-11. Well, 11-8. Us. We were at their field, so they held sticks, and we still in the end beat them. They scored one in the last inning, so it was going into the bottom of the seventh was 11-7. Scored one. We got a little nervous and we pulled it out, and the last one was a pop-up to third base. And I think I started screaming even before the pop-up was on its descent down, because I knew that's the last out. We're going to get this cup. And it was a great day. It was just, we were 10 years overdue. It was 2014 the last time we won. And we had great teams back then. We won in 2011 and 2014. Our Lady of Peace, this is. And we had like a 10-year drought of not winning. But we were in multiple championship games. Yeah. We just didn't win them. And so this was our fourth championship game to be in out of the last 10 years, and we pulled it off. And it was a great season overall. The best part about it was Our Lady of Peace had lost 4 games throughout the season. Yeah. 3 of them to Our Lady of Hope, and 1 of them to St. Rose. And who did we see in playoffs? We saw Christ the Redeemer, who we usually see, and we always beat them. Yeah. And then we saw Our Lady of Hope, who we're 0-3 against this team, but we know we could beat them, who we beat. And then we saw St. Rose, and we're like, okay, another team we haven't won against, but we could beat them. And we just were on. The crazy thing, too, is that we were missing 2 starters.
Oh, wow.
2 key starters, and we still did it. So it was tight defense all around, no mistakes.
Yeah, that's a low-scoring championship game.
Yeah.
It's not usually like that.
And they have a really deep outfield with the fence. Yeah. And we had 2 of our guys, and I think 1 or 2 of their guys hit it over the fence. Wow. But outside of that, everything else was caught out there. Everything was caught. It was a great game. It was a great game.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I saw you presented the trophy to your pastor the following Sunday. That was very nice.
He would have been there, but he was in India visiting family where he's from. So he was sending his congratulations. As soon as we won, I sent him a message with the picture and was like, we're champs. And he wrote back immediately. He was very happy. So, and then his parochial vicar, soon to be parochial vicar, his in residence, Father Naveen at Our Lady of Peace. He is on our team, but he had the Thursday night mass. Literally had no priest there, but the other team, both Father Froms were there from the other team, and it was good. But we were missing our shepherd, so I was like, well, I'll be at Mass on Sunday. I'll bring the cup.
Although not the worst thing to have your priest saying Mass at the same time the
I
game
know.
is going. I mean, I am certain that as he was celebrating the Mass, he was thinking about you guys. So who knows? You might got a little extra utch there.
That's literally what I said to him. Pray for us. And he said, okay, I will, because he's been on our team. So
Oh, sure. I
good,
played with
good
him.
holy
He
priest,
is a
good
good
guy.
holy priest and dedicated softball player. I like that about him. For a
Not
guy
always
who,
the best base runner.
Why? It was the last time when I was on the team 2 years ago. He'd been a cricket player.
That's exactly
and
where it
knew
how
how to play cricket, but had no idea how to play
the
softball.
concept. Yeah.
But, like, literally, we were giving him directions on the field.
Yes. Stay. Go. No. Run.
Yeah. But he could hit. That was a great thing about him. So anyway.
So we're champs. It was great.
Congratulations.
I kind of said, I don't know if it's official, but I could retire if I like to, because I went out with a championship. Might be nice.
For years, Mike Minaldi has been threatening that when you guys finally win the championship, he's going to retire. Has he?
And then my response to him is like, well, if you retire, I retire. Okay. So I literally pat him on the back when he, after he walked off the mound. I said, we can retire now. And he just laughed, and we'll see what happens. He was happy, though. He was.
Oh, sure.
He pitched a good game. It was a tough game for him. There was some tough calls with balls and strikes, and we'll leave it at that. But
he's one of my favorite softball players of all time. One of my favorite people of all time.
Mm-hmm. He's a good guy.
So on top of everybody else, I was very happy that he got one more championship.
Yep. So the trophy will remain at Our Lady of Peace Parish for the next year until 2025, when we'll see who's there.
All right. Well, good times.
Thanks. Yeah.
So we are, in fact, on the road, as you said earlier. We're down in Wildwood Crest. We're in a hotel, and we're at a hotel restaurant. For our listeners who are not familiar with the Jersey Shore, because we have listeners from all over the country now, particularly all you folks out in Minnesota who are checking us out now. If you're not familiar with the Jersey Shore lifestyle, I really don't know how to explain it to you. It's something you sort of have to experience. But in the Wildwood area, it's a lot of hotels, a lot of rental properties, but everything is sort of turned up to 11. It's very nice, very family-oriented. A lot of, we have the boardwalks, we have the amusement piers, we have
golf,
the world-class beaches.
Free beaches.
Free beaches, that's right. And certainly in the Wildwoods
keyword,
anyway, free beaches. And we have people that come down here from all over, so some of our listeners might be familiar with it. But it's a great place to go, great place to raise kids, great place to be on vacation. I worked down here for 2 years for a newspaper. I had a blast, and each of the Wildwoods, there are 4 Wildwoods, each of the Wildwoods very much has its own personality. And the Wildwood Crest, where we are right now, I am convinced is the chillest of all the Wildwoods.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
It is. The people who come down here have figured out how to live life to the most comfortable, and it's you get all types of all sort of financial demographics and stuff like that. But everybody comes here. It has a certain chill lifestyle.
Yes.
So while you're here, my favorite thing to do when I come to the shore is to eat.
Yes.
Like I have done food tours from the bottom of Cape May all the way up to Atlantic City in one day, just so I get to stop by all of my favorites. But we are today in one that I've never been to before.
Yeah, well, welcome.
So I'm very excited about this. So where are we?
So we are at the Royal Grill at Port Royal Hotel in Wildwood Crest.
That's right.
And we are here with one of the owners of the Port Royal Grill. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Deb John. This is our 4th year here at the Royal Grill, and it's been a lot of fun, and we enjoy serving the public, serving good food, and having a warm ambiance. We actually, all of our servers, they pull their tips together, so it works out really well as far as the customer goes, because someone's always free to take care of you. You're not waiting for somebody to finish with their other 3 tables to get to you, and it makes for a really good, helpful environment where everybody pulls together to create a good atmosphere.
Yeah, for sure. And atmospheric it is.
Oh yeah, it's a great place. Fantastic view of the ocean and the dunes. You have the pool right outside for people for the guests and stuff like that. And there's we're here on a Tuesday afternoon, and there's a flurry of activity going on.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy that. And I got to say, the hotel itself seems very nice as well. I was
Yeah, whole
walking in,
nautical theme to
Yeah.
it. It's really cool.
yeah, great entranceway. So very great place. Now we also have 2 other guests with us as well.
2.5.
2.5. That's
Yeah.
true. My apologies. We have the pastor of
Yes.
Notre Dame de la Mer, Father Maz. Good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mike.
And the rare joy that we have right now of the rest of the Janisse family. Since you are, in fact, here on vacation, you have, it'd be a stretch to call him your better half, but he's definitely your half.
It's my half.
And your better third. So you're
That's
better.
right.
So who's here?
Hi, my name is Jean Paul.
Hi, John Paul.
And I'm Phil.
Yeah.
Just Phil.
One of them,
Just Phil.
one of them is much cuter than the other, folks.
That would be me.
I can tell you right there.
So it's nice to be on a podcast with my whole family, my husband, and my 6-year-old son here.
Yeah, I feel like this is JP's first. Is this JP's
First
podcast?
podcast appearance.
All right.
You're making your way at a young
Well
age.
done. Well done. I don't know how I kept him off the podcast for this long because
He's got personality.
Well, he's like your permanent mascot every place you go. So this is truly
He's with us.
yeah. This is fantastic. So, in addition to being the owner and operator, also a parishioner of the parish, you have, I must say that you have great food-oriented parishioners.
Yes,
Father.
they're wonderful. Yeah. We all think alike down here.
And you are a regular of this place?
Yes.
Yes, he
definitely.
is.
Especially for breakfast.
Yes.
I love coming for breakfast and sitting either outside or by the window with this beautiful, amazing view.
Yeah. And I looked at now we're not going to have breakfast, but I did look at the breakfast menu. I'd eat the entire thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. The other benefit is we're only a block from Assumption Church. We have 2 churches here in Wildwood. One parish, Notre Dame de la Mer Parish. But Assumption Church, one of our 2 churches, is just a block away. And we have 8:30 Mass every Monday through Thursday. So, I'm sorry, Monday through Saturday. And very often, people after Mass will come here, myself included, just walk a block and come have a wonderful breakfast.
It 2 things. A lot of people in Wildwood know St. Anne's, but if you
Right.
haven't gone to the Assumption Church yet, you're missing out. It's
True.
another beautiful church, nice gray sort of granite exterior to it. Just a beautiful church.
Incredible church. So
Yeah.
I call it the baby church that seats about 1,400 people. The mommy church is St. Anne's that holds 2,200 people, which will have our beautiful annual Wedding of the Sea Mass and procession August 14th. But they're both very beautiful churches. So they say, how did you get to be the pastor? The shortest priest in the diocese with the biggest churches. I don't know how that happened, but
Opposites
I'm
attract.
happy to be here.
Yes. This is a great parish and someplace everyone should come to. It's
Yeah.
it's beautiful down here and the churches really are great. And I have to say the pastor's one of a kind as well. Good fellow. So
Thank you.
Yeah,
You'll
and
like
great
it.
people there. I go to daily mass while I'm down, and today I would say it was like 150 people at daily
They've got
mass. It was-
150 for a daily mass.
packed.
Yep.
Wow, great.
They 2 days after July 4th, it was a regular weekday. There were 225 people there.
That's beautiful.
Incredible
Yeah.
for a daily mass.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Awesome.
Absolutely love that.
Yeah, so even with a big church as it is, it seems very full, especially
Yeah.
at daily mass. Whereas a smaller church sometimes at daily mass inland can feel empty. So it was like, wow, this feels like a Sunday mass for so many people. So it was really, it's a great community of believers and great community too for people to come to when they're on vacation. 'cause
Which
you
is
get
something
people
we
coming in
tell,
and out.
Bishop Sullivan has said for years, but something we've mentioned on this podcast many times, and when you're on vacation, this is an opportunity for you to go to a church you're not familiar with, a parish you're not familiar with, meet priests you may not be familiar with, and meet other Catholics that you may not be familiar with. So it's a great opportunity. So whether you're coming down the shore, or you're going to the mountains, or you're traveling abroad, even if it's in a different language, go to the church. I'm to this day, I am still. One of my fondest memories is going to a church in Brussels where I understood nothing. It was all done in French, and it was one of the best experiences I've ever had.
Yeah,
So,
very
so
true.
when you're on vacation, it doesn't mean you're on vacation from church. Plus, you do have an obligation, which I have to say, my son was in New Mexico on hiking with the Scouts for
Nice.
2 weeks earlier this year. Went to Sunday Mass both
Good
times.
for him.
Good for
Very
him.
proud of him.
Good
yeah.
job, Jack.
It was with 5 other Catholic boys, and they all went together.
That's great.
Yeah, I was very happy about that. I was very happy about that. So let's talk about the Royal Grill a little bit more. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Okay. What time do you? Okay.
6 nights a week for dinner, closed on Monday evenings only.
Like a good restaurant should be.
Yeah, everybody needs a little break.
Exactly.
And
You open at what time?
we open at 7:30, and we serve lunch until 3. And then from 3 to 4, we serve at our takeout window a shorter menu, so it gives the kitchen time to switch over to get ready for dinner.
Nice.
And then we serve dinner from 5 to 8. And it's a BYOB. There's no alcohol in the Crest, so people can bring in a bottle of wine if they like. And all of our food is in-house made.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, everything's from scratch. All our dressings, all of our soups. And we have a really nice guy in the kitchen who does a great job with our specials and our regular menu at dinner.
Oh,
So,
that's what
and
I
he's
like
been
to
with us for a while,
Okay.
as has most of the staff.
And you have a history with restaurants on the island, right?
We had a family restaurant right down the street for 43 years, where we served breakfast, lunch, and dinner most of the time. And then later on, we just did breakfast and dinner because most people are on the beach during lunch, and we were 2 blocks off, so that's not too appealing when you're on the beach to walk that far. So anyhow, we did that for 43 years, and then we renovated an old restaurant on Pacific Avenue, which we called the Pacific Grill, and we did that for about 4 or 5 years. And then we were at the Jersey Girl for 10 years, which is where we met the Morris, who hired us for this place as well.
Yeah. So
Or
this is
offered
part of the Maury's resort system, right?
Yes.
One of the hotels associated with
Yes.
the Maury piers and everything like that. Excellent. This is and I'm not kidding around. They've definitely put their money in all the right places because it's a fantastic place to come into. Now, I should say that to our listeners, when we do this, if you haven't heard one of our podcasts in the past, this is an eating podcast, which is one of the main ways we got Phil here as along
He's
with
already
Father Matt.
he's already eating.
Oh, he's digging into everything.
He's digging in.
So it's been great. He's already polished off the first course.
I like food.
Yeah, you do, and I appreciate that. But and Kari cannot eat the first course, so I'm going to give my feedback on the first course. What is the soup we have today?
Cream of cauliflower.
Cream of cauliflower. Now I'm going to tell you something right now. This will be the first time a cream of cauliflower soup has ever passed these lips.
Okay.
But I'm told that it's quite good.
It's good. Mine's empty.
Excellent.
Father Mazz ate his in 4 seconds.
Yeah, they polished it. They literally, they didn't get cold. Let's put it that way.
It's silky.
That's exactly the word I was going to use.
Yeah.
It is a silky soup.
It looks it.
Got a nice sort of tangy taste to it. If you two can remember back to when you ate this, 10, 15 minutes ago, did you have any thoughts about the soup and what you liked about it?
Just thought the taste was extraordinary. And I've had so many of the soups here, and I always ask what the soup of the day is and try to get it. Just so tasty, so easy to eat.
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's nice, it's a creamy soup, which you would often think of as being kind of heavy, but this isn't. This is really
Not
light.
heavy at all.
It's good.
He uses a minimal amount of cream, but
Yeah.
he purees it and strains it, so it gets lighter with each time that he passes it through
Wow.
the chinois.
It is really good. What other kind of soups do you have here?
Sometimes we do. We just had a Manhattan clam chowder. He does a really good mushroom soup. We also do a barley mushroom soup. Like a Tex-Mex chicken soup with tortillas in it and corn, and he's made a crab corn chowder, which is delicious. And I think one of his favorites, we also have a great tomato bisque. And one of his other favorites is a puree of jasmine rice and carrots with a hint of curry and honey.
Wow.
Really good.
Okay, I'm going to come back for that.
That sounds good.
We should just do a soup podcast.
Yeah,
We can do a
Just
soup
nothing but
podcast.
soups.
and I'll tell you something. I don't like soups as a general rule, but
could see.
every
It's
soup
not-
that
it's
you
not
just rolled out
filling, yeah.
was
I
outstanding.
think my
love
first
soup.
soup here was black bean.
Oh yeah, black bean soup.
Amazing.
Really,
Black bean.
I do like a black bean soup.
So has the chef been with you all 4 years of you being
he's
at
been
this
with us for a
location?
long time.
Oh, even prior to that. Okay, so you have a history
Yeah.
with him. Do you cook any of the food, prepare any desserts or any of it?
I do some of the baking, and I regularly get thrown out of the kitchen because I'm the one that comes in and says, "Oh, I don't think that tastes right today." But,
You need that kind of feedback.
Yeah.
I'm
You know?
like
As the owner, you could.
Yeah.
You have a say.
Yeah.
You have a
And,
say.
and my husband's the one that throws me out of the kitchen.
Yeah. Oh, he
But
has a say
I
too.
learned to go in and say, not I think. I go in and I say, well, the customer told
Yeah,
me.
there you go.
I'm telling a white lie here. So, and
My
then
wife
as soon as I
also
put it
gets
that
tossed out
way,
of the
he's
kitchen.
like, oh, let me fix it.
Yeah.
So,
Your husband does some of the cooking himself?
yes,
Yeah.
he's in the kitchen every day. He makes a lot of the dressings, and he's back there, not behind the line, but in front of the line, making sure that everything goes out in a timely fashion and that everything looks good on its way out.
Nice.
Almost like the expo chef,
Yes.
in a way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, growing up, was he involved in the family business all since a young age? Is this all he knows?
He grew up in this business. He started out like when he was a little boy selling newspapers in front of the restaurant, and then went into the restaurant. He was a busboy, a cook, and then throughout the years, he got really good at cooking too, because we would have different chefs that would come into our kitchen, and from each chef, he would pick up something different. So it's the seasonal thing kind of works in that respect, where you
Right.
get to view a lot of different aspects
Now,
of
Kari.
people's abilities.
Oh, that's excellent. Now, Kari, I ate the first course because you are, as we well know, you are gluten-free. The second course has also come out already. And this is to be the first time everybody. Oh no, I take it
Yeah,
back.
no.
Phil took a crack at it already.
Yeah. No.
But what is our second course?
So I can also not have everything on this course. So
Okay.
again, we're defaulting to Phil and you and Father. But I'm gonna eat most of it, which is it's the fried green tomato salad. And it looks beautiful, beautifully prepared. It has the fried green tomatoes, which is the part I have to miss, which looks great. But then there's also avocado ranch dressing on it, summer greens, red wine vinaigrette, and one of my favorites, goat cheese, which is one of my favorite cheeses, and topped with some crisp bacon.
All right. Well, since I took a crack at the first one, I'd like to hear your review first.
Okay.
So
I got everything but the tomato, but yes.
Yeah. That's like
I'm going for the bacon with the goat cheese.
it is. I'll tell you this: it's a very pretty salad. Like it's a nice thing. And I've never had a fried green tomato. I've only ever seen the movie. Never actually eaten
It's a
it.
good movie.
Yeah, that's whatever. I love the movie.
Oh,
The
so
movie's
good.
fantastic.
The salad is fantastic as well.
Really?
So good. Great blend of different flavors.
Now you're not having the.
But I don't have the green tomato, so
But
you
you don't have
need
the
to
fried
have
green
it.
tomato.
Yes.
So I will take a crack at that.
Yeah, that's all you. But I love salad, and especially on a summer day, nice summer salad. This is it.
Now I will tell you right now, salad is also something. I'm meat and potatoes. It's to look at me you would know that. So a lot of these things I will usually do my best to skip unless my mom's present. But I will say that's a great dressing on the salad, and I am going to try the. I'm going to try the fried green tomato right now.
Yeah, that's the one I'm interested to hear, because green tomatoes
Well,
are good, and then that fried green tomato.
my mom's going
That's
to
good.
pass out when she hears the soup I already ate. And then I'm eating a fried green
Where
tomato.
is my son, and what did you do with him?
He talks about that all the time. He's like, "What happened to you with not eating anything?"
Yeah. What do you think?
Well, so here's the thing. Even if you're not a tomato person, everything fried is good. So the fried green tomato has a nice. It's a very light coating of breading, but a really crunchy, a real good crunch to it, which is unusual considering you figure that's actually been sitting out for a little while. I guess it's been sitting out for about 10 minutes. I was expecting the crunch to get a little soggy. No sogginess
No.
of any kind. That is a good crunch.
Yeah, it looked awesome.
Phil, what did you think of it?
I am, as a cultivator of tomatoes myself, I would say this is the best fried green tomato salad I've ever had. I've never had a fried green tomato, and I could eat probably about 45 more of them.
Wow.
So they were good. It's
That is
very
high
good.
praise.
Wow.
How about you, Father?
Never had a fried green tomato? Phenomenal. I really enjoyed it. I would do it again.
I do also like the movie. Just want to point that out.
No, that is really, 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 really good. Are these menu items something that you've had in the family history for a while, or are they kind of new to this restaurant?
Well, we didn't do too much lunch previously, only in the very early years, and so this is pretty new, this menu for us.
Does it
just
vary
pick-
a lot from the dinner menu, or
Oh
are a
yeah,
lot
the
of these
dinner
items
menu's
on it?
totally different.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll see it on lunch menu and you see a lot of carryover to the dinner, just bigger portions.
Yeah.
Totally different.
No, it's totally different.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
tonight for a special, we're having a veal hunter, which is veal with spinach and mushrooms in a really delicious demi-glace that the chef in the kitchen makes, and a little melted mozzarella. And it's actually a fan favorite. I have people that will call and request it, and then they give me their phone number,
When you
and
have
then
it.
they'll tell me to call them when I have it. So I did that this morning before you came in.
That's
Call.
great. Well, that's a good business owner right there. Like, definitely you have that relationship with the customer
do
to
have
be able
good
to do something
relationships.
like that. And they feel like it's like a family,
Yeah.
a family business for sure.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
I love that feeling.
Does your menu, do you like change up your menu from year to year, or do you try to keep it static? Because I know sometimes people do not like it when a restaurant changes the menu.
Well, we tried to change the menu a couple times, and then my husband would go through and he'd say, oh, well, we sell a lot of this, a lot of this, a lot of this, a lot of this. He tries to change one or two things just to keep it fresh, but then he also tries to accommodate the people that he knows that will come back every year to,
And you do have those regulars that come for that particular dish,
Yes.
the fried green tomato salad or whatever it might be. So
Yeah.
you don't want to disappoint them. Then
No.
you hear about it too. Like,
Yeah.
oh no, you got rid of that. I loved it.
I know, that's the hard part,
That's tough.
trying to keep everybody happy,
For
you know,
sure. Yeah.
and stay fresh.
Does your clientele mostly come from the hotel, or do you get like a lot of from around town, or?
It's a mix. We get a lot of people from the hotel, and then we have a lot of people that have followed us from other restaurants. And, people have, I guess, known us for a long time, and so they kind of feel comfortable following us and coming to our place. They know what to expect,
Now we're eating indoors right now, but you also have an outdoor patio as well.
Yes,
right?
we have an
Okay.
outdoor patio that's very busy in the morning and at lunch, as you can see, because it's beside the pool. And then we have the tables out front, which are beautiful because it's really peaceful out there and it faces the ocean. But sometimes the weather prevents people from sitting there, whether it's windy or too sunny and hot. So,
Yeah.
But when you hit a nice day, it's really great out there.
I've always wondered, do you get more traffic in terms of customers on a sunny day or on a rainy day?
This is the restaurant business. It's totally unpredictable.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You could be
But-
slammed and have no reason why. And
Yeah,
dead
but
and had no other
typically a sunny day is a good day for us.
Yeah.
It brings people to the area and keeps them here, keeps them from getting in their car and going somewhere else.
yeah.
And how many months a year is it open? When you guys, or is it open all
We
year?
open the beginning of May and we serve until the third week of October.
Oh wow, pretty late. Oh, that's great.
Well,
That-
the hotel does packages in the off season,
there you
and
go.
that keeps us busy.
Yeah.
I-
And there's
that-
a lot of conventions and different things, right, that
On
take
the
place
weekends.
in October and September. So that keeps the crowd coming for a little while longer.
Yes.
And the
Sep-
boardwalk's open too.
Oh,
until,
yeah.
Like second week of October. So
September and October are my favorite times to come to the
Oh,
shore.
yeah.
Beautiful.
Without a doubt. The weather's always great. It's a little less in terms of people, which for someone like me
And
is
traffic.
It's, oh yeah, traffic takes a little bit of a break. So oh yeah, and the places that stay open year round, like I've been known to drive down the shore just to go to the
Yes.
just because I needed something with 4 people in it, but that smell of the sea air,
Oh yeah, that's a
that
great
is,
feeling.
that is good too.
I'm going to excuse myself and let them
Sure.
get ready for your second.
all right.
Okay,
so
You
we
know,
got-
we did forget to ask one person because another person has had some food here as well. We didn't ask JP how his French fries were.
Oh yeah. Well, while we're waiting, JP, can you give us a review of your French fries? Did you like them?
Oh, there we go.
What'd you think?
So I like them. They were good. They were
Nice.
good.
Okay.
Crunchy?
They're country, but still taste good. Some are a little heated up, which I don't like.
Oh,
Some-
okay.
Some are pointy. Some are like just flat.
Well, that's what you want. You want a mix of French fries. I respect that. You don't want to eat the same French fry, but it's a nice one. I like them. So you would recommend them to other kids?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
All right.
This
what,
is nice.
What's your favorite thing to dip French fries in? Is it ketchup? Is it Chick-fil-A sauce? Ranch.
Ranch. Okay.
All right. And what's so good about the ranch?
Because it's healthy.
Oh.
Is it? That's a first.
Okay. Good
Because
to know.
it comes from the ranch vegetable.
It's healthy. Yeah.
There's carrots in it.
Oh.
But don't we see them?
I think
Oh.
maybe it's just on the packaging of it.
I think he's a
Maybe-
victim of marketing.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah.
You know what though? That's why it's there. So that's okay. Hey, listen, I've been telling myself for years that eating ketchup is eating as good as eating a vegetable. So I'm
Yeah,
perfectly
that-
fine with this.
It's a good way to rationalize
My
it.
second one is ketchup
Ketchup.
Sure.
and mustard.
Yeah.
Of course.
Spicy mustard. though, right?
Spicy mustard.
And JP, what did you have for dinner last night?
Ice cream.
Because that is when you are at the shore. That is the kind of stuff that you have French fries for
Yes.
lunch and ice cream for dinner.
And Wildwood
go.
is beautiful today. It's good. It's a little windy, but the planes with the signs are going. It's everything.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
But
listen-
the second day we stayed here was raining a little bit, so that was bad.
oh,
That's all right. We got a nice day today.
but it makes the sunny days seem all the better.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta, and actually, rainy days at the shore are not really bad.
Not
I
too
love
bad.
a nice rainy day. I don't like a rainy week at the shore, but a
No.
rainy day at the shore is.
And if you're not working,
Yeah.
it's always nice, right?
Oh yeah, I wouldn't know what that's
Yeah.
like, but yes, that is also true.
We ride our bikes here, which was fun.
Oh.
And then we're going.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the park.
And
Which
then, and then we're gonna go to a splash pad,
Yes.
which is right near us, and the park and the bike store.
All
But we're
right.
not gonna get a bike because we already have some.
Yeah. So
JP,
right.
this is some great reviews you're giving. I really like this. Well done, sir.
The Port Royal.
Oh,
The Port Royal Hotel is located right next to one of the beautiful parks of Wildwood Crest, which has a free splash pad. And we
really?
rode our bikes by there on the way here, and he's prepared to go after. But it was packed. I mean, it was just packed with kids running, excited. It's a great little place that's free
And
if you want to
also,
cool off.
adults can go there and they work out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
and
All
like
the joggers are always going by. And on the other side of this hotel is Centennial Park, and that's a nice place right there on the other side of the hotel. And it's where the parish had masses outside during the pandemic.
Sure, of course.
Yep.
The I will say that this hotel is located really nicely. That's the thing about the Crest. You know, we talk about this. I've mentioned this before, how chill it is and stuff like that. But it's a lot more. It's typically, you know, we're used to Ocean City and a lot of concrete, a lot of asphalt. The Crest has a lot of greenery to
Oh,
it,
yeah,
which
yeah.
I really like. So does Avalon, so does Stone Harbor. And for somebody like me, that's my preference when
Yeah.
it comes to.
A little more open.
Yeah, it doesn't have to just be sand and the smell of marshes and stuff like that. Like this is a good place. This is sort of turning into a travelogue for Wildwood Crest in general, but it's. I have to say, I call it a hidden gem because most people never make it past 26th Street in
You're right.
Wildwood, and it's good to go down a little further into the streets that have names instead of numbers, and and it does have a ton of great restaurants. It is dry, but it has a ton of great restaurants down here, and then you can go to one of the breweries in Wildwood
Yeah.
beforehand. Right?
Yeah. Lot of good stuff in the Crest.
You've been
for
coming
sure.
down to Wildwood for how long?
Oh, since my childhood. I grew up going, but we would go to North Wildwood or Wildwood and stay at a hotel right along the boardwalk. That's where my family wanted to stay. My dad didn't want to drive to the boardwalk. Just wanted to be right there. He also loved to sit out on the hotel balcony and look out and just people watch. So that's why he wanted to be. So we used to stay all the way on the far end of the boardwalk, towards the end of it, at a place called the Sahara Hotel.
Oh,
many
sure.
summers there,
remember
and he
Sahara.
could just overlook and people watch. So that's what we did. And I had never been to the Crest until Father Mass came here. Literally never stepped foot into it. Always was in Wildwood or North Wildwood growing up. And even when my husband and I stayed here a couple times, and then we said, let's try the Crest. And I was like, what were we thinking all of those years? It's just so much more beautiful,
A little
nice.
quiet,
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
gonna be good.
So for those of you who don't know about the Crest, take advantage of the Crest. Because the nice thing is you're also one bridge away from Cape May. which is another beautiful area of South Jersey, which doesn't look like a shore town. It looks like a regular town. Oh, okay. So we got the third course coming. You just put those down wherever.
Perfect. Thank you.
Goes that way.
That's huge.
Right.
You
There we
pull
go.
the BLT.
It's okay.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff here.
We're trying to
Everything's
share as
looking-
best we can.
Thank you so
We got
much.
the fish. So let's see what came out. All right, I have a gorgeous-looking crab cake sandwich, which is I will admit, is my go-to every place I go to. When I want to test out a new restaurant, particularly if it has a lean towards seafood, I love a crab cake sandwich. Mostly because growing up, I hated fish, and this is what I talked myself into was basically a burger, just a seafood burger.
Yeah.
There you go.
You, on the other hand, Kari, you have,
I have the fish tacos, which
You
look
do.
awesome as well. I'm very
Yeah.
excited for them.
and you will be avoiding the
Yeah, I know
The
what I
taco
can eat.
part, but
I know
you're-
what I can eat. Yeah. I got some crispy tortillas next to it, so it's gonna be perfect to pair it with. Now
And-
wait, make sure you get a picture of that, Mike, before you
shoot.
put
Yeah,
your
well,
mouth
hold
into
on,
it.
Actually, I'm not. I need to get a picture of the other thing too. So.
What did you get, Phil?
For your tacos.
I got the what was it called again? The Jersey wrap. It's local fried flounder, cheddar cheese, chipotle, avocado, lettuce, diced tomatoes, served with tortilla chips, and it's pretty massive looking. It's actually intimidating. It's a lot of food. Maybe I shouldn't eat so much cauliflower soup, but you only get cauliflower soup once in your life,
That's right.
or maybe
Plus-
twice.
So let's see. And then, Father, what did you end up getting?
I got a BTL.
Can't go wrong with that.
No, I've had it
BTL?
before.
You mean BLT?
Oh, like I said,
Turkey
BL
BLT.
turkey
Yeah,
BLT.
all
That's
right.
right. Thank you.
BTL. I'm gonna
I've
use
had
that
it
one.
before. Amazing. I'm getting
Yeah.
dyslexic, I guess, in my old
That's
age.
all right. We'll keep you in check over here.
Yeah.
All right, so we each diving in respectively and then gonna sample, or do you want to do one at a
Well,
time?
no, I think you should start with the fish tacos since you're gonna go with a non-traditional eating technique.
Yeah, that's okay. Is this an avocado dressing on here? Or
That
dressing?
is,
Do we know?
it's
A
a
mango.
lime cilantro aioli.
Ooh, it looks. I mean, it just
Aioli.
looks good.
It's phenomenal.
All right, fish tacos. 10 out of 10. So good. The taste. A lot of different flavors going on because you got the mango 1st, and then you go into the lime cilantro. Oh, so good. I'm loving it.
I think there's a little jalapeno in the mango
And-
salsa too.
And I taste that little kick, and I will say I'm not a spicy person. You brought out the hot sauce, and I'm
I
like,
didn't know.
that's okay. You can leave that right there. But it's just enough. So even if you don't like spicy, I would still recommend the fish tacos because they're not crazy spicy. It's just enough to be a little kick to make it feel taco-like.
And I love a little fruit in an entree. You know, there's nothing a little, and mango really goes well with that kind of concoction because it's light, right?
Correct. Yeah, very good.
And then you know, I very much appreciate the fact that Father Maz went traditional for a proper lunch.
The
And,
BTO.
the BTL.
BTL.
But that is actually my go-to usually when I go to a diner, no matter what time I go.
Yeah.
So good choices. How is it?
Head and shoulders, I think, over diners, but it's amazing. I've had it before. The turkey is absolutely fresh. The tomatoes are fresh. It's just wonderful.
And it looks like it's on a multi-grain bread, which
Right?
is
Yes,
been
that's-
toasted.
That's a great multi-grain bread.
Yeah, and that is some good crisp bacon too. There's nothing that I hate more than floppy bacon. So that is that is a good choice right there.
Yeah.
All right, Phil, what did you get?
I got the what was it called again?
The J-Wrap.
Jersey?
Yeah, Jersey wrap. It's phenomenal.
What's in it?
It is fried flounder and a bunch of other stuff.
Cheddar,
that I'm gonna
avocado.
bring- Yep, cheddar, avocado, chipotle. I can never pronounce the other word, so I'm going to skip it. lettuce, diced tomato, served with tortilla chips, and it is, you wouldn't think fish is to be like super filling because it's a lighter, but this thing is. I've taken 2 bites. I'm pretty stuffed. It's massive. It is a serious wrap.
It's very heavy. Like looks like it's stuffed with stuff.
Yeah, it is.
So
I mean,
much.
it is legitimately stuffed. So.
But a lot of places are trying to make their burritos essentially just eat so massive you can't even fit them in your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That may be fully stacked, fully filled, but it is not overbearing. Like that is what a burrito should look like.
Yeah.
Or a wrap should look like when it comes out, not a giant loaf of a concoction.
Yeah, it's mouthable.
It's
mouthable. It's
All right,
mouthable.
there you go.
It's got a little kick, so I assume it's the same.
We've learned all sorts of new words
dressing
today.
on it.
No, they're different.
BTL.
Different?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's got a little. I like it. I enjoy it. It's really good.
All right, so I'm going to try the crab cake sandwich, which I'll be honest with you, I already know it's going to be good because I can just tell by looking at it.
It's a lot of crap.
I don't see any
I think
filler in it.
yours, as you're eating it, was actually not mouthable. You had to squish it down to make it mouthable because it was a thick crab cake.
I squished it down because I was cutting it.
Oh. But it was thick.
Had I eaten it traditionally, it would have been perfectly fine. Because the thing is, the key is, and this is what a lot of people make mistakes on, that is a nice, soft brioche-style bun. Mm-hmm. Easy to bite through. I hate these places that they get all artisan and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They use these hard breads. You got to be able to bite through it.
Yeah.
Right.
That is a good bread with simple lettuce and tomato on it, and nothing. And actually, hold on, wait a second. I forgot the sauce.
Oh yeah. Remoulade.
That's a good remoulade.
Tartar sauce.
Remoulade.
Remoulade. I like.
Looks great.
Has a nice tang to it.
And looks like you got some good chunks of crab in there as well.
Massively
thing.
loaded with crab.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is that what kind of crab cake is that? Is that a form crab, lump crab?
What kind of crab is
What
that?
kind of crab cake is it? Is it? Do you guys make crab cake, or does the crab cake come in?
We make them.
Oh, this place is great.
Yeah.
This place is like Nirvana.
Father Tom and I have come here, and we have had the crab cakes and sandwiches for dinner. Extraordinary. We love them.
I did take a look at the dinner menu, and sure enough, there is crab cake on the dinner menu.
Yes, there is.
Not a crab cake sandwich, though. A crab cake on
We just do a few sandwiches, and the crab cake is one of them.
Oh, okay.
And
I mean, that's a classic. People want that for dinner.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
And you're at the shore, so you need to have some kind of like seafood.
You are.
Unless you're Father Maz. and you
In
get
which
the,
case you
the
do
BTL.
You just invent different menu items.
Anybody want to try the fish tacos? Go from that one.
Actually.
Go for it. See what you,
You know
think.
what? Hold on, wait a second. Does that still have stuff in it?
I was eating from it a lot.
Did you?
Probably, yeah, no. Go with the
Well,
new
I want to have the. Oh wait.
Go with the fresh one.
No. Hold on.
Oh, we almost spilled nachos everywhere.
It's just terrifying.
It almost got spilled on you too.
Wait,
What?
What happened?
give me a phone. I need a picture of Mike just like
Okay.
Whatever
feasting
he's
his
doing?
face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kari has never missed an opportunity to take a photograph of me of literally stuffing my face.
I can tell you, Mike is a pro eater.
Listen. I am. I didn't get this out.
I am
by
also
accident.
pro.
You look like you've done this before.
The term
we go.
mouthable is because I've watched
Mouthable.
Mike eat.
That's the turn of the. turn
really
of the week.
how it's come about. Isn't that good?
That is delicious.
The salsa on top, the mangoes. It's
Dude,
just.
try half of that. Take a bite of that.
Mike's trying everybody's
telling you,
meal right
man.
now.
Listen,
This is no joke.
I'm not going to be cute about any of this stuff. You throw
It's
food at me,
massive, dude.
I'm gonna. Actually, you guys haven't tried the crab cake.
I'm gonna take off your plate. Don't worry.
We'd love
I already eyed up the crab cake.
Okay. The
Here we go. Mike's going in.
Right? It's like robust, isn't it? I don't even know if I'm using that word correctly.
no, you are using that word correctly. The other thing you're right about is sometimes you said it earlier. Sometimes you'll get these wraps and they'll be kind of loose, not much in it, kind of falls apart. Mm-hmm. There's nothing I hate more than a wrap that falls apart.
That's
that.
tightly rolled. It's
That
a pro
is
roll.
properly rolled, holds together, even after I've taken a bite of it. Nothing's falling out.
Mm-hmm.
Your wrap rollers
Should I-
deserve. Yeah, exactly.
Give
Wow.
my hand.
Go
They
to the
get
chef.
a-
To
Nothing
the chef.
annoys me more. I'll say, and I don't know if you mentioned this before, Phil. That's got a nice spice in it.
Yeah,
too.
it's got some kick,
Just
right?
a little bit of heat, not so much to like turn you off to it, just enough to kind of warm it
What
up.
was
a
your
little bit.
word? Robust?
Yeah.
That you used? That's amazing. That's great, Phil.
I went to college for a
Congratulations.
couple years.
Nice.
He's got the word of the day dictionary or calendar. That is really, really good. Man, 10 for 10 for everything we tried so far.
Yeah,
It's filling too.
We're
It's,
killing it.
you know,
Yeah.
So good.
Debbie, do you have a favorite lunch dish?
Um,
a crab cake.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I like a lot of things. I love the turkey BLT that you always got, and I love the roast beef wrap, but I like it on the wheat bread instead of on the wrap. And I love the tuna sandwich. So
Now, do you eat typically throughout the day?
I don't
Like-
eat at home. We have no food at our house.
food.
We eat.
You're here.
If we don't eat here, we don't eat.
Yeah.
I like that plan.
So
Particularly when it's this good.
yeah.
So what is your day like? So when do you roll in? What time are you leaving?
Between you and your husband, because I think.
Oh
you
yeah,
guys
my
work
husband
opposite
comes in the
shifts.
morning. Well, my friend Terry, who's over here at the front running everything right now, she comes in first thing in the morning and opens up the place with two of the guys in the kitchen. They open the back, she opens the front. Then the servers come in at 7:30. My husband comes in around 7, and he's here until 11:30, until after we make the switch between breakfast and lunch. Then he goes home and takes a break. I'm in here. I stay till 3. He comes back at 3, and then he works with the young guy at the window for an hour and sets up for dinner. And then I come back at 4:30, and then we're here until we close at night.
That's a long day.
Full day.
Yeah, it's a full day.
I like the split schedule though. Sounds like a perfect marriage.
It works. It works. 45
doesn't it?
Wait,
Yeah.
45 years of working together. We need that time
Yeah,
apart.
and that's true. Every marriage does. And you need those little breaks in between, especially if you're working together.
Well,
That's-
it works. It works though because we're always on the same page. You know, he doesn't come home with a bad day that I haven't experienced with him.
Right.
And the good days we celebrate together too.
Yeah, that's
so it
true.
works.
And then you get some time off then?
Yes,
when the
we're
restaurant
off.
closes? Do you travel, or what do you guys like to do?
Well, we like to travel. I have a son that lives in California, so we always visit him. And we actually met him the year before. We met in Rome.
Oh,
and
nice.
Did a little bit of Italy together.
Always
And
good
then-
eating in Rome.
Oh yeah. And then we tend to spend part of our winter in Florida.
Very nice.
Yeah.
As a lot of Wildwooders, and that's not the Islanders. Islanders probably is the term.
When you work all summer, that's when you get your
That's
summer.
where you get your
know?
summer is in Florida. That's what I
Yeah.
hear. I've met a few different business owners, and they said they vacation in Florida
Definitely
in the winter.
case down here in Wildwood.
Yeah.
And has that been your pace for the 40 plus years you've been in the restaurant business? Have you always had those summers off kind of restaurants? I mean, sorry, winters off kind of restaurants?
Yes, from the whole time that I've known my husband, we've worked every summer together, kind of just like this.
And then the winter's off.
And then the winters. Well, we did have a deli in Maryland,
Oh, okay.
so that we did that for 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then when my children were small, he ran the food service at the community college in Harford County, and then came down here in the summer and worked too. So when we were younger, it was a full schedule.
Yeah. You know hard work for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, it sounds like your schedule, Kari.
Yeah.
The hardest working woman in.
Except the cooking. Except the
Yeah.
cooking.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't go in the
There's
kitchen
no
at
food
all.
preparation in Kari's schedule. I assure you that.
That is very true.
The bishop used to call her the Energizer Bunny.
She is, in fact, the Energizer Bunny. She's the hardest working woman in the diocese, is what I
Thank
call
you.
her.
Thank you.
The prettiest too.
Definitely.
Well, that's for you to call her. I
you
just
know.
know that she's there. I don't see beauty. I just see annoyances.
Same.
But there you go. But I'll tell you this: the thing I am impressed by. Anytime you want to switch gears, you're already mentally prepared for having a restaurant and the kind of needs. So
I'm ready.
When you decide to retire and become a restaurateur, you might have a leg up on other people.
Only from these interviews, hearing everybody's backstory and the hard work, it's impressive to learn about the lifestyle. My husband's working the restaurant industry a few years. I served a few years. You know, we've had experience. And
Everybody should have to work in a restaurant.
That's exactly what we always say.
Every person should have to work in a restaurant. It'll teach you everything you need to know in life.
Exactly. It really prepares you for working with people, for time management, doing multiple things at one time.
Yep.
It really is a great skill to learn just by working in a restaurant. All these skills, I should say. I know for me, it was a great experience. I learned a lot in the 2 summers that I waitressed, and during that time, I've grown a great affection for tipping my servers well. Even if they're not a good server, I still tip them at least minimally 15%, and if they're a good server, 20, 25, because we know how that is. And I think it's great you said that your restaurant pools the tips. That
That's so
makes
cool.
for a harder work
I like
staff
that.
overall.
Teamwork.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And it's
it
so
really
true.
encourages
It's
it.
so true, as you said. I've been here many times. There's always an available waiter or waitress right there.
Yeah.
Never wait.
And
Yeah.
and they're always pitching in with each other. Oh, you need a creamer, or you need your coffee refilled.
Yeah.
Sometimes like 3 people will come by in a row.
That's great.
Yeah, it works. It works for us anyhow.
Yeah.
And to your point, so my son Jack is 16. He's had a bunch of things happen this summer, so he hasn't been able to work this
Right.
summer. But I've been telling him I would really like him to get a job somewhere in the food
Busboy.
industry. Busboy. We got a friend that's got a Chick-fil-A in Deptford. Something like that, where he's gonna have to deal with things that are happening, multiple things simultaneously, working with the public. I've always wanted to. I will tell you, I've always wanted to be a chef. I've always wanted to be somebody working behind a sous chef, a bakery. I don't care. The lowest guy. Just I'll cut tomatoes. I don't care.
You can come over anytime you want.
I was just
Hey, man,
going to say.
I call that my house.
Oh, okay.
My wife and I do about half. We split the cooking pretty evenly. But I love cooking. I love baking. I love all that kind of stuff. And I regret that I never worked in a restaurant. But I've worked with people. And the people I love working with the most are the people who have some level of restaurant experience. They are unflappable. Because you really do have to be a people person and handle crises every single day. And you don't want people to see that you're handling a crisis.
Right.
So you learn how to make it look like everything is perfectly normal, and then you take care of a problem.
Like when you drop
Like
your
I
glass.
almost
Like you
just knocked over my water into my lap. Yeah, that's the kind of thing.
That
But
happens.
so yes, to our listeners who are thinking about switching careers, we encourage this. I'm not saying it's an easy life. It's hard work, but man, is it
Yeah.
you really do. And the thing is, you get to know the customers, and you get to care for them, right? Like you must have
Yes.
regulars coming. You talked about that before. You've had people from other restaurants who have followed you here just because.
Yes, and when you work so much in the summer, your staff becomes your family,
Oh, yeah.
and then your guests become your friends.
Yeah.
It's really it's really rewarding. It really is. I've really enjoyed all of the years that we've worked,
Yeah.
and we've met so many nice people, and had so many good experiences, and a lot of laughs with our staff, and
That's
we have
great.
fun. It's a nice way to go to work every day.
Yeah.
That's
You
wonderful.
can't beat that.
No, you really can't.
Now, you said you have desserts here, too, right?
We
Will
do.
we be having any dessert before
We
we
are.
sign off?
We're gonna
Are
have
you going to do a little dessert? You want to pause it for a second? We'll
Oh,
come back
for-
for the desserts?
okay,
'Cause
well, we'll
I
do
think
it.
we got to do it justice with the last quarter.
Well, we're gonna hit pause, and then we're gonna come back.
There we
Okay,
go.
great.
Yeah.
All right, we've had our desserts. They've been brought out to us. They were, as advertised, amazing. What did we have?
You have the bourbon bread pudding that has a little coconut and pecan with it, and a bourbon sauce that Phil makes. You had the peanut butter mousse, which is a frozen peanut butter mousse with a chocolate ganache top and graham cracker crust. And then the last thing that we have for our group gluten-free person was we have a mascarpone tart that we do with mixed berries and a balsamic reduction, and so we just took the tart away and gave her the rest.
Well, the bread pudding, I'm a firm believer there are 2 kinds of bread pudding. Good bread pudding and bad bread pudding. That was outstanding bread pudding. Made with challah bread, we
Yes.
talked about. Pecans, coconut, the bourbon dressing. The thing about, at least the 2 desserts I had, was they were not overly sweet. They really were right down the middle of sweet and flavor. And that bourbon, I think, really cut into the sweetness of the bread pudding. The
tart.
the peanut butter tart was definitely decadent without being overly sweet. Like that chocolate ganache on top was great. Came out frozen. So it was very cold, which, like you actually, we talked about this off mic. I too like my desserts to be colder. I think it brings out the flavor a little bit
Yes.
better, and it doesn't turn into a goo, is what I don't want, particularly for something like that. And then I did not have Kari's gluten-free option. How was that?
Oh, it was so good. It was a little tarty. I could taste the tartness of the. Is it like, what is it called again?
The mascarpone.
Mascarpone. So good. And then the glaze on top was delicious, and I can only imagine it with the tart in it. But it was so good. I finished it all. It's great.
Well,
So
I got to
good.
tell you, this has been an outstanding visit once again to a place down in the Wildwoods. I'm not sure we're ever going to do this again because I don't know how we top this. This was everything that came out was outstanding. The clientele here is great. The waitresses have been fantastic. You've been outstanding. This has been really, really wonderful. So, Kari, thank you very much for pulling this all
and
together.
Father Maz, thank you. He was
Yes.
the
Welcome. My
organizer.
pleasure.
Keep having great parishioners. I really appreciate that. It's the Royal Grill. It's in Wildwood Crest. You can go to royalgrill.com to see their menus and their hours of operation. They're also available on Facebook and Instagram. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This
Thank
was an
you.
absolute
Thanks,
delight.
Debbie.
Getting
Thank
to
you
meet
so much.
everyone. Spend
Alrighty.
the afternoon with you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
God
Take it easy.
bless.